Welcome everyone to this month's new moon reading. This new moon is on the 25th of October. The new moon is a time to dream. It's a time to look at what you want. Ideas and inspirations will come more easily now. Get clear on which ones you would like to manifest. It's a time for thinking and planning. Make a list of your dreams, your goals, your intentions. This is the time to ask yourself questions and to set those intentions. Now, please watch for your rising sign first, as I will be covering the houses that this new moon falls in for each individual sign. And then watch for your sun and moon sign. Remember, these are general readings, so the messages won't resonate with everyone, but I'm sure there'll still be some guidance that you'll be able to tap into with these readings. So please, everyone, just apply the messages as they fit and as you see fit into your life. Let's get started. Welcome Pisces to your new moon reading in October. So this new moon is in Scorpio. Beautiful. It's a fellow water sign, and the traits are passion and intensity. Okay. I'm going to shuffle again. Okay, I'll take the top one. Oh wow. Sorry Pisces. So the new moon is in Scorpio. Sorry, your cards are coming out so fast I don't have a chance to kind of let you know anything about this new moon. So let me start again, Pisces. So this new moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio, fellow water sign. The traits of Scorpio are passion and intensity, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and that's all about transformation, obsession and power. Interestingly enough, you've got the power card. Now, if you're a rising sign Pisces, this new moon is playing out in your 9th house, which is ruled by Jupiter, and it influences higher education, long distance travel. I'll take that. Long distance travel and religion, law, philosophy and your dreams. So it's interesting, you've got the Devil card here as well. Very interesting. Okay, so let's get started. So this rising sign Pisces playing out in your 9th house, higher education, travel, religion, philosophy, publishing, law and your dreams. So let's see. Now for sun and moon Pisces, and also if you're a rising sign, this is your overall energy for the reading, and it's power. And the first thing that came to my mind just then is, how do you use your power, Pisces? Do you give it away? Do you use it to dominate or take advantage of others? Or do you use it to truly understand who you are and what you want in the world? Now, I'm just getting the sense of water and emotions. I really feel, Pisces, that this is going to be quite an emotional time for you. I'm really looking at not so much that, but expect powerful change. This is new moon eclipse. And you've got the Moon and the Devil card. And I'm just feeling that I just get the sense there's a lot going on. And there's a lot changing. There's a lot changing. And some of it you've instigated. And some of it I think has just kind of just happened. And I feel with the Power card here, Pisces, it's Spirit's reminding you that you're in the driver's seat. You've got the power in this situation. Not power over another, I hope. That's not how we use our power. But you've got your inner strength and your inner power. Use that to guide you. Use that to strengthen you. Strengthen your resolve. Strengthen where you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve. I'm just really getting the sense that when you harness your power, your true, authentic inner power, Pisces, you'll be unstoppable. And you let this shadow side fall away. And it's not that it falls away. It just doesn't become dominant. It just is part of you. But it's okay. And how you use your power, the first question that I asked, how do you use your power? How do you see your power? How do you step into your power is of huge importance for you at this time, Pisces. So if that's all you take from this message, just jot down those questions and see how you answer them, and really truthfully and honestly, because that will have a bearing on how things flow in your life and what direction you go in. Now you have the new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins, and you have the new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Now for some of you, this could be a new relationship coming in, and it's just changing everything about your life. And I really feel if this is a relationship coming in, it could involve a move, it could involve just a real change of lifestyle in some way, shape or form. Now for some of you, I feel drawn to take the romantic out, and it just says a new cycle begins. Something that will be more in alignment with you. That's why stepping into your true power, understanding. When we step into our true power, it's because we understand ourselves. It's because we know our shortcomings, we know our strengths, and we work with both. We don't hide any aspect of ourselves. There's a real sense of alignment and understanding with the power card. That's what creates our power. That's what makes us powerful beings, is when we understand very deeply everything that we are, everything that makes us us, and we don't try to hide any aspect of ourselves. And this, whether this is romantic or just a new cycle, it will bring balance. Spirit's telling me, no, it will be in balance with you. So It's not going to bring balance in your life. I've just been told it's probably going to bring a bit of upheaval. But it's in line, it's in balance with who you are now, Pisces. So it's necessary change. I love the purples in this card. It's making me think of your crown chakra, your connection with source, with spirit. And I feel that this is your soul calling you. And it's gonna bring change. And it's gonna bring one of those big changes, like a move, a relocation of country or state, of job, relationship, something big. And like I said, it can be romantic, or it can just be a new cycle beginning, but it's going to be aligned with who you have become, Pisces. And it's gonna make things move. It's gonna make things change. And maybe not all of you, but I want to say the majority of you, you've been waiting for this. You have been, I'm going to jump straight to the Two of Wands. You have been standing and looking out and saying, you've been asking yourself, what do I want? Where do I see my life going? What are my dreams? What are my values? What are my goals now? Not what were they 2 years ago? What have they been all my life? You're asking yourself these questions now, or you have already been asking yourself these questions, I think. You've already been looking out and saying, what in the world do I want? Almost turning your back on the life that you now have, because your soul is calling you to something else, to more. And you're looking into what that could be. And I feel you've said yes. You know, he's holding the Ace of Wands. He has said yes to the new opportunity that drives his passion, that drives his soul. You know, it's soul calling. The wands for me are your passion. It's what drives you. It's kind of linked in with your soul. What gets you out of bed in the morning? And you have been asking yourself that, or you're presently asking yourself that. And the reason why you're being asked these questions about your power is because you have the moon and the shadow side, which is the devil. Now both of these are major arcana, so this is the universe guiding you. This is the universe stepping in and trying to help you. Now the moon, it can be seen as the shadow side. I always say the moon casts its shadows. It reflects the sun, and therefore there are so many shadows that come with the moon. And then you have the shadow side, which is the devil side. How do you hinder yourself? How do you get in your own way? And I very much feel that this moon energy, rather than being guided by your intuition, rather than being guided by your feelings, guided by your soul and your heart and what you're really longing to do, you've looked into the shadows of the moon and you've freaked yourself out, Pisces. You've scared yourself. In the shadows, you've found your fears. Now, being the major arcana, Spirit has wanted you, the universe has wanted you to find your fears, because your fears will eventually hold you back. So your fears need to come to the forefront so we can see them and go, well, yes, that fear would have been founded when I was a child, but I'm an adult now, so I need to let go of that fear. Or I understand that fear, but the likelihood of that situation coming about is 1 in a million. So I'm going to let go of that fear. You know, look at where your fear is coming from. And it's not just going, oh, don't be so silly. Our fears need to be acknowledged. Our shadow side needs to be acknowledged. If not, it gets louder. You know, it's like, which wolf are you going to feed? And they often say, feed the one you want to grow. But in actual fact, the quote is very different. The quote is actually, you need to feed both equally, because it's the wolf that you don't feed that gets the loudest. You know, if you're in the middle of a meditation or the middle of a yoga class and you're really into it and you're really present, and then suddenly you get hungry, I can guarantee if your hunger continues, it will be the thing you think of the most. If you're watching a movie and suddenly your back starts to ache because the seats are uncomfortable, it doesn't matter how engrossing the movie is, you will constantly be focusing on your back. It's the wolf that you don't feed that gets the loudest. So they need to be fed equally. They need to be, and by feeding, I mean they need to be acknowledged evenly, equally. It's this balance again. And I like that you've got the two, you know, the balance. There's a lot about balance here, and the more balanced you can go into this, Pisces, the more this change is not going to kind of sweep you off your feet, and I don't mean that in a good way. You know, sometimes things can happen and we can ride the wave. You know, this wave comes in and we just ride it and takes us in. And sometimes the wave will come and we'll miss it and it'll dump us. And that's not at all the same experience. And I really feel that in these cards. The more aligned you can be, the more balanced you can be. This change is beautiful. This change is in alignment with who you now are, Pisces. It is beautiful, but I feel it's quite big, or it will be big to you, whatever that means. And so again, you want to ride the tide of change, not get dumped by it and then kind of like roll in and end up on the beach generally in a very compromising position, aren't we, when we get dunked by a wave and we get carried along and generally end up face first in the sand, don't we? But you want this change, Pisces. I really feel you've been asking for it. You've been focusing on it. You've been trying to align yourself with it, and there's just a bit more of an alignment that needs to come in. And you know, it's when we're at the closest to achieving our goals, to seeing the change that we want to bring in, that we get the most scared, that we can see. That's when our fears really bubble up. Acknowledge them, Pisces. Accept that they're there. See them for what they're worth. Your ego's trying to keep you safe. On some level, these fears are trying to keep you safe, and that could be because of some beliefs that you have that no longer serve you. So it's not the fear you have to get rid of, it's the belief. Once the belief changes, the fear will go away on its own. But I feel this change is going to be really magical for you, because I feel you really want this. You've been really, really focusing on what do I want. It's coming, Pisces. It's coming. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful new moon, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.